Hello friends, welcome to All One YouTube channel. So from in this video, we will be starting our discussion on the MSD-19 paper, that is the Global Strategies to Sustainable Development. This paper under IGNU comes under various courses, which include the MAEVS course, the Masters in Sustainable Science course, and also under various postgraduate diploma courses. So as far the MAEVS students are concerned, this paper comes in the first semester, the very first semester. So the agenda of today's video, this video is to make you know how to approach this paper. I will repeat, what are the strategies we will be following to make sure that we score good marks in this paper. Okay, so for this, firstly, I will be uh, discussing with you the themes I had identified from the previous year questions. And after identifying the themes, and we will be going to see the consolidated PYQs that I had made for you. That is this PPT. Okay, so let's first move on to the themes. Before that, to ensure that you got this PDF, I will be putting the link of my channel, the Telegram channel, in the description box. So make sure you follow this or subscribe the channel as well as the Telegram channel and be able to receive this consolidated notes. Okay, so first move on to the identifying the themes. Okay, so let's identify the themes. So we know we are dealing with the SDG goals in this chapter, right? The 17 SDG goals. So mainly the questions are on directly on these goals. So while learning a single SDG goal, these will be the areas that we need to focus. First of all, the targets and indicator. We know if you had covered the topic or are trying to cover, you know that there are many targets. Like for each goals, there are many targets. And to measure the targets, we have many indicators. So we will be able to learn those uh, targets and indicators. The examiners expect us to learn this, but we don't need to by heart all this. We just need to understand or able to critically analyze it. Okay, so at least four targets for each, four targets and its indicators for each goals we must learn. We must be pretty much sure about at least four targets and indicators. Why this four? Because I have analyzed the PYQ and I had noted that it's not asking more than four. Okay, in most cases. So four targets, that's possible for each one of us to learn. Okay, so four targets and indicator is a must thing that we should study. Then we should be able to know what are the opportunities or the significance of each SDG goals. Opportunities or significance. For example, let's take the first one, no poverty, right? To end poverty. So the SDG goal 1, to end poverty. So what's its significance? Or what are the opportunities? Okay, so there we can quote a lot of data about the that we have get from the Niti Aayog or the multidimensional poverty index. Okay, so in the opportunity part, we will be able to bring a lot of what data. Okay, that we will be learned in our classes. So make sure to subscribe this channel to not miss those amazing classes. Okay, we will be we'll be showing a model answer in our each sessions to be followed. Okay, so the first theme was target and indicators. Second theme, opportunities and significance. The third and important uh, theme is the challenges. Okay, the challenges in achieving each SDG goal. Okay, there are many challenges. Mainly it is due to the indicators because it's unable to measure that accurately. So these are the main themes. And the fourth theme is interlinkages with other SDG goals. Interlinkages with other SDG goals. Okay, even though there are 17 goals, each goals are interlinked in some or other way. Okay. So like we will be, for example, SDG 1, no poverty. We will be making sure like there is no poverty by various government policies and all. And it actually, the policies, for example, the public distribution system, the ration shops, right? So which the government brought in to alleviate poverty as it is mentioned in the SDG 1. But in effect, it has also uh, curated the SDG goals too, that is zero hunger. Okay. And also it brings gender inclusion. As we know, the ration card holders are the women in the house, right? The photos of the women or the guardian or the women are put in the ration cards. So it in turn leads to other SDG goals which say about gender inclusion as well. Okay, so the themes that are here: targets, opportunities, or significant challenges, interlinkages, and India's measures, what our country has made or the policies our country had implemented to achieve the targets under each SDG goals. Okay, it should be also be able to learn those schemes, schemes and policies of Indian government. Okay, these are the major things. Okay, now let's move on to the PYQs and identify more schemes. Okay, more themes. Sorry, schemes not the themes. So global strategies to sustainable development goals. So here, there's an interesting fact, like in 2024, okay, the questions were asked for 20 marks. That means we need to write in 500 words. Okay, but in uh, other years, the questions were asked for 10 markers. Okay, 10 mark questions. That means 250 words. So but the demands of the questions are almost the same. That means we would be able to write, like if we learn an answer for 250 words, we should be able to have, or we are expected to have the content to make it to 500 words as well. Okay, we don't know if the next time the question pattern has again changed to write a 500 words question, 500 words answer, what will we do? So we will be preparing ourselves to write such an answer as well. So don't worry, our classes will make sure that you will be easily guided through that process. Okay, so SDG 1, we will be identify the PYQs from SDG 1. Actually, the MPA, the multidimensional poverty index, can be closely interlinked with the SDG 1 as well. So we can togetherly consider this as the question from SDG 1. So write a note on India's achievements in SDG 1. See, we had identified in the theme that India's achievements or India's measures are asked. What are the major targets and indicators to achieve SDG 1? So if we are able to learn at least 4, we'll be able to score good marks here. Okay, so this was a 10-mark question. Okay, okay. Actually, they are expected to write all, but if we are able to write 4 targets with this indicators amazingly, we will fetch almost 8 or 10, 8 out of 10 marks. Write the salient features of India's national multidimensional poverty index. Briefly explain the methodology followed by India in measuring multidimensional poverty index. Briefly discuss the various dimensions and indicators used in India's national multidimensional poverty index against the dimensions and indicators. Now let's move on to the second goal, SDG 2. Any 2 targets with its indicators of SDG 2, like 2 targets only asked. Define the term hunger. What are the major causes and consequences? Okay. So how will we know that this question come from SDG 2? Okay. The SDG 2 is about zero hunger. That we only know when we have learned about it. Okay, so it's okay. But we will be approaching the exam after learning all this. So it will be easy for us to decode it and understand that it is from this topic of the syllabus. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. Define food security. Discuss the major pillars of food security. This also we can associate with SDG 2. Now SDG 3, the major constraints in the implementation of SDG 3 during COVID pandemic. What were the major constraints? Again, it was asked major challenges. Again, major challenges. with examples. Okay, examples will bring case studies that will be dealing in the stage 3 classes. Stage 4, any two main targets and its indicators. Okay, targets and indicators. Discuss the challenges and opportunities we have identified in the theme, and we will be learning those themes as well, right? Now, SDG 5, what is gender equality? SDG 5 is about gender equality. Explain any two targets with its indicators. Okay, we will do it. Explain any four targets with its indicators. What are the major goal? Okay, major goal means the significance or okay, major goal means the targets. Okay, or explain any two targets to achieve it with suitable examples. We again two major targets. Now SDG 6, moving on to SDG 6. Say explain he explain any two key initiatives of the government of India to achieve SDG 6. Any two initiative. That means the schemes or policies. What are the major goals or targets? Discuss the linkage of linkages. Okay, linkages with SDG 6 and 13 with suitable examples. Okay, that also we identified in the theme, like the linkages with other SDG goals. Okay. Yeah, let's continue. What are the major targets and indicators? Briefly discuss in brief the global status of access to safe water and sanitation. It means the status, that is the achievements. Okay, it means the global achievement. Okay, so in 2023 June only it was asked, so we can also identify in the themes. Not only India's measures or achievements, we can also learn about the global measures or the global achievements. Okay. Discuss key policy measures of Government of India to achieve universal access to clean cooking fuel. Okay, clean cooking fuel. So we can see measures by the Indian government. Right hand is on the significance or the opportunity. We'll be learning about it. SDG 7. Explain how energy access is crucial. Again, it is actually asking about the significance of the SDG 7 goal. Now, SDG 8, only one question asked. It was also from the same point of view or the same theme was asked, two targets, indicators. SDG 10, different targets and its indicators. Major goals, okay, targets and indicators. Major indicators, again, the questions are just repeating. Similarly, SDG 11, importance of SDG 11 in promoting sustainable livelihood at local level with suitable example. Importance, okay. Major dimensions of development in the context of SDG 11. Explain. Explain the interlinkages. My bad. There's a spelling error. Interlinkages of SDG 11 with other SDGs. Interlinkage. Okay. Why is it important achieving the other SDGs? What is your understanding about SDG? Okay, the first question was about interlinkages again. Like second question, what is your understanding about SDG 12? Explain this suitable example. So it's actually indirectly asking the targets, indicators, etc. How SDG 12 intends to ensure sustainable consumption and production. Okay, again, targets and indicators. And we can also quote the global achievement or India's achievement in this regard. SDG 3, only one question. It was about the significance. SDG 14, we need to define it. Explain the need to adhere to maximize sustainable yield by need. Okay, the need or significance was asked. Okay, major local challenges and opportunities achieving it. Okay, challenges and opportunities. See these keywords, we will be able to identify these keywords from the previous year questions, and we will be making notes, we will be preparing our schedules, and we'll be learning all in our coming classes. Okay, so don't worry. Major targets and indicators of SDG 14. Again, targets and indicators. Which SDG 14 indicator provides a method to access the economic condition of fishing community? Okay, it's again about indicators. Explain any four targets of the SDG 15. Easy question. How can we quantify the targets used to measure success in reaching SDG 15 goals? Okay. Now SDG 16. How does SDG 16 play the role of enablement, sustainable development, or explain with suitable examples from your country? Okay. It also asking about the significance. Okay. And targets and indicators. Interlinkage again. Interlinkage with other SDG. What are the major implementation approaches for SDG 16? Discuss any two with suitable examples. Explain any four unique initiative of the Government of India for achieving the SDG 11. Sorry, 70. Initiatives. Again, the initiatives of Government of India. What are the salient points of a government perspective on fostering the partnership for achieving SDG 17? So yeah, salient points of a governance perspective. So we will be here writing about the measures taken. Okay, the measures taken as well as the significance and achievements. Okay, we will be able to bring those dimensions in this answer as well. Okay, these were the major areas the questions were coming. Also, we have identified some minute other questions, minute areas the ICNU examiners were also focusing on. So, which may or may not be asked, but I have identified these questions from the PYQs. Okay, actually, these are the PYQs, but those areas, we can say this is a must question. But if we learn about the 17 SDGs, okay, we will be able to attend more than the record. If if are being asked to write almost 8 questions, we'll be sure we'll be able to have the answers of almost 10 questions in our answers. And there will be other 2 questions, the 12 questions or the 10 questions. There will be other 2 questions we will be tending to leave. So such questions will be write a short note on river modification, electronic waste management, etc. It's actually easy, but we don't have to prepare separately for it. Anyway, I'm identifying the PYQs for you. You can choose what to learn. Okay, we'll be taking it in the classes as well. Paris Agreement. What is this agreement? How do different countries support each other under Paris Agreement? And other, we could say the general perspective questions. What are India's institutional setup and strategies for implementing a monitoring mechanism for SDGs? Like for all SDGs. Okay, for SDGs as a whole, what have India done? So the Indian measures that is being asked. Okay. Significance of biodiversity in meeting different goals of SDGs. Again, a general question in 2024 June's examination. How does accessibility of information to all helps in the growth of economies? Okay, in 2023 December. And in 2023 December, so other 2 questions were also seen. What is the term climate justice? Discusses relative importance of developing areas. Actually, these are good questions only. Okay, what are the importance of traditional ecological knowledge in global conservation strategies? Okay, these were the other questions that were asked from the MSD-19 paper. But as aspirant preparing for this paper, what we should be prioritizing, we should be able to prioritize the 17 SDG goals, its targets, indicators, and all. When I say it, you might think like it's a lot to learn. Actually, no. I will be able to teach you the tricks and tips to remember it, to study it engagingly, funny. Okay, with a lot of fun, we can learn. So make sure you subscribe the channel for the new classes to come. Okay, thank you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.